But think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
Hey there, my fabulous drama detectives. It's your girl Ava back with the juiciest scoop this side of the scandal-verse. Buckle up, lovies, because today's tea is hot enough to fry an egg on the sidewalk. Karoline Leavitt just dropped another lawsuit on The View, and those hosts are spiraling into pure chaos. This ain't just a spat, babes. This is a full-on Tinseltown takedown that's got ABC sweating bullet. We're diving deep into the messiest fiasco yet, so slam that subscribe button because your girl Ava's got the dirt you won't want to miss.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time. That was so good.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up.
So how did this firestorm ignite? Picture this, a regular old episode of The View where the queens of hot takes, Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny, decided to drag Karoline Leavitt, this fierce conservative firecracker who's been climbing the ladder faster than you can say, is it summer yet? Joy kicked it off with a shady jab, claiming Karoline's only where she is because she's a 10 in DT. Eyes. Oof, the shade. Then Whoopi swooped in, preaching that Karoline owes her whole career to wokeness. The irony, babes, these ladies built their empire on empowering women, yet here they are clawing at a young star who doesn't play their game. Key players, Karoline, The View divas, and ABC execs who are not loving this vibe. So, tell me below, did Joy and Whoopi cross a line, or are they just spilling truth tea?
While we will expose the fake news when they are fake, we will hold them accountable for their lies and smears of President Trump. I can also assure the American people that they are going to be hearing directly from the leader of the free world. And the press likes to hear that too. That's something that has not happened over the past 4 years.
Here's where it gets wild, detectives. Karoline didn't just sit pretty. She hit back with a lawsuit that's got The View shook. Sources say she's accusing the hosts of defamation, claiming their personal attacks weren't just petty, they were a calculated hit job to tank her rep. And the stakes, honey, they're sky high. Word on the street is this could cost The View millions, or worse, force a major shakeup. The mouse claws are out, and ABC's legal team is scrambling. This tea is so hot, it might burn the whole studio down.
They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
Time to hit rewind, my sweet drama darlings, because this mess has some deep, juicy roots that'll make your jaw drop. Once upon a time, Karoline Leavitt was just a bright-eyed political newbie stepping into the conservative jungle with nothing but her brains, sass, and a mean right hook that could knock out any doubter. Picture her, young, fearless, and ready to rumble. She started turning heads faster than a TikTok trend. Before long, she caught the big man's eye. Yep, Trump himself spotted her spark, and suddenly she's snagging gigs like press secretary and campaign spokesperson, climbing that ladder so quick you'd think she had rockets strapped to her heels. Bam! She's a full-on rising star, shining brighter than a MAGA rally spotlight, and folks couldn't stop buzzing about her next move. She went from zero to hero faster than you can holler MAGA. And honey, that kind of glow up doesn't come without some haters lurking in the shadows. But storm clouds were gathering and they were brewing something fierce. Enter The View, that daytime dynasty where the claws are always out and the shade flows like iced coffee. Those ladies have a nasty little habit of pouncing on anyone who won't chug their woke Kool-Aid. And Karoline, she's not just sipping a different drink. She's basically their walking, talking kryptonite. She's everything they can't stand, young, bold, and unapologetically off script from their playbook. For years, The View has been the go-to spot where dissenters get diced up and served with a side of smug. And Karoline's refusal to bow down has them itching to take her out. It's like she strolled into their turf with a neon sign screaming, "Try me." And trust me, babes, they did. Now, let's zoom in on the queens of that chaotic kingdom. Over on the host throne, you've got Joy Behar slinging her signature snark like she's auditioning for the Sass Hall of Fame. She's been at it so long she could shade you in her sleep. Then there's Whoopi Goldberg preaching like it's Sunday service, dropping holier-than-thou wisdom with that trademark glare that says, I've seen it all and you're still wrong. These two, along with their posse, have ruled the daytime TV roost forever. Think decades of hot takes, viral rants, and enough drama to fill a soap opera. But hold up, lovies. Cracks are starting to show in that gilded crown. Ratings dips, fan grumbles, and a growing vibe that their shtick might be running on fumes. It's subtle, but the throne's wobbling and Karoline's just the gust of wind to tip it over. And here's a tasty little twist to spice up this stew. This ain't Karoline's first rodeo suing these divas. Oh no, there's some serious bad blood brewing and it's thicker than grandma's gravy. Word is she's tangled with them before, tossing legal grenades their way over past dust-ups. Maybe it was a snide comment that went too far, or maybe they tried to smear her once already. Whatever it was, Karoline's got a filing cabinet of receipts and she's not afraid to whip them out. This feud's been simmering like a slow cooker on low, with every jab and side eye adding fuel to the fire. I was vibing to some retro heart tunes the other day, you know, Barracuda, all that fierce energy. And even those power ballads couldn't mute the madness of this showdown. The tension's been building layer by layer, and now, babes, the whole dang pot's about to blow sky high.
Well, you know, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty, my drama-hungry darlings, because this is where the tea gets extra piping hot. Picture Karoline's lawsuit docs hitting the table, pages upon pages dripping with receipts, stacked so high they could block out the sun. She's not playing around, babes. She's pointing a manicured finger straight at Joy Behar's shady 10 dig. You know, that snarky little jab where Joy said Karoline only got her gig because she's a knockout in Trump's eyes. Karoline's calling it what it is, a straight-up sexist smear, a cheap shot meant to slash her cred and reduce her to some eye candy stereotype. Then there's Whoopi Goldberg's wokeness rant. Oh, honey, Karoline's team is living for this one. They're slamming it as a hypocritical flex like, really? Whoopi, you're out here preaching empowerment but dunking on a woman who dared to carve her own path? The shade's so thick you could cut it with a butter knife. But hold up, because the View Queens didn't stop at a little light roasting. They turned it into a full-on pile-on, like a pack of hyenas circling their prey. Sunny Hostin swooped in, tossing her 2 cents like a cherry on this messy Sunday, throwing extra jabs about Karoline's politics and swagger like, girl, pick a lane. Karoline's legal squad isn't mincing words. They saying this wasn't just some off-the-cuff cattiness. It was a deliberate, calculated attack to discredit her, to paint her as a lightweight who doesn't deserve her spot. Insiders spill that the View producers thought they could just brush it off like, oh, it's just another day of stirring the pot, no biggie. But oopsie, they underestimated their opponent and Karoline came swinging harder than a wrecking ball. Let's talk about that viral video, lovies, because it's a masterpiece. A clapback so savage it deserves its own Oscar. Karoline didn't just respond, she straight up annihilated them. Picture her, cool as a cucumber, staring down the camera and unloading truth bombs like it's the 4th of July. She tore into the hosts with razor-sharp precision, saying, they don't want strong women. They want puppets who nod along to their script. Ouch, that stings. She didn't stop there. She dissected Joy's sexism, shredded Whoopi's sanctimonious spiel, and basically held up a mirror to their whole hypocritical game. The internet lost its mind. Clips were everywhere, racking up millions of views with fans screaming, "Yas, queen," in the comments. It was a takedown so fierce you could feel the heat through the screen. And ABC? Oh, they're freaking out, babes. Full on meltdown mode, legal blowbacks looming like a dark cloud, and the execs are sweating bullets trying to figure out how to dodge this PR tsunami. Rumor has it, behind closed doors, some are whispering that Karoline's not just after cash. She might be gunning for Joy and Whoopi's heads on a platter. Like, could she demand they get the boot as part of the settlement? Imagine the headlines. Leavitt versus The View, heads roll. Insiders say producers are scrambling, holding late-night crisis powwows while the hosts are probably clutching their pearls and wondering how their smug little segment turned into this. It's drama, 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 and I'm living for every single second of this glorious chaos.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
So what's the damage, babes? Caroline's rep as a no-nonsense badass is holding strong, but The View, their golden girl glow is cracking. These queens have preached women's empowerment for years, but this mess screams hypocrisy louder than a foghorn. Joy and Whoopi, radio silence so far. Suspicious, right? Caroline's gone quiet too, probably letting her lawyers do the talking. Meanwhile, fans are split. Some are screaming, cancel The View, while others stand the host harder than ever. Social media's a war zone. Cancel The View is trending, but so is Team Whoopi. This ain't just a scandal, it's a brand meltdown.
And you would think, ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I gotta ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that.
What about The View's future, lovies? Can it survive without a major facelift? Pro, the show's lived through worse. Controversies, their bread and butter. Con, this time they've pissed off too many and Caroline's got the receipts to back it up. Fans hold the power here. If they ditch in droves, ABC's toast. Imagine social media if Joy or Whoopi get the axe, it'd be a meltdown for the ages. So, detectives, sound off below. Are you Team Caroline forever, or is it time for new faces on that panel? I need your hot take.
And so I hope that the media will focus on the issues that matter to the American people, the issues that led them to vote in a resounding way for President Trump on November the 5th. That's what President Trump is focused on more so than ever. We have an array of executive action that will be rolled out on day one to change the lives of the American people immediately.
This ain't just The View's problem anymore, my fabulous detectives. It's shaking up all of Hollywood, babes, and the tremors are delicious. Word on the street is other networks are side-eyeing this hot mess like hawks, rethinking their whole game plan for handling those spicy, hot-butted guests who can either make or break a show. NBC, CBS, the whole gang. They're scribbling notes, whispering in boardrooms, how do we avoid a Caroline-level clapback? Meanwhile, ABC's rivals are practically throwing watch parties, popping popcorn and cackling as the dominoes fall one by one. You can bet your glittery boots they're loving every second of this meltdown. It's like Christmas came early for those execs who've been itching to see The View take a tumble. And the sponsors, oh honey, they jittery as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. These big brands, like the ones plastering ads for toothpaste and diet plans all over daytime TV, are starting to sweat. The backlash is growing louder than a stadium full of angry fans, and some are whispering about pulling their dollars if this PR nightmare doesn't cool off soon. Imagine the headlines. Major sponsor dumps The View over levy lawsuit. It's not just pocket change at stake. Those ad deals keep the lights on, and losing even one could send ABC into a tailspin. Insiders say execs are on the phone, begging these brands to stick around, but the vibe's tense. Will they stay loyal or bolt for safer shores? Meanwhile, Caroline's stock is soaring higher than a kite in a hurricane. Conservative outlets are crowning her a straight-up hero, plastering her face on every screen and shouting, "This is our girl from the rooftops." She's not just winning this fight, she's turning into a legend, a symbol for anyone who's ever been sneered at by the elite. On the flip side, The View hosts, their untouchable vibe is crumbling faster than a stale cookie. Joy, Whoopi, Sunny, they've spent years strutting around like daytime royalty, but now the crown's slipping and the peasants, aka the viewers, are starting to revolt. That air of we can say anything and get away with it, poof, gone. And they're looking more mortal by the minute. And here's the wild card that's got me buzzing, lovies. Who owns the narrative now? Caroline or the show? Think about it. Caroline's out here steering this ship with her viral zingers and legal receipts, while The View's scrambling to catch up, looking like they're one step behind in a dance they used to lead. This isn't just a spat. It could rewrite the rules of daytime TV. Will shows keep poking the bear with controversial guests, or will they play it safe to dodge a lawsuit-shaped fireball? The power's shifting, and it's anyone's game. The ripple effect's so real, you can feel it from here to the Sunset Strip, and your girl Ava's parked front row with a latte and a grin, soaking up every messy, glorious minute of this industry quake. All right, detectives, let's recap this wildfire. Joy and Whoopi win low. Karoline clapped back with a lawsuit and the views in pure chaos. ABC scrambling, fans are fighting, and the tea's still boiling. Final questions for you. Is The View overreacting, or did they dig their own grave? Can Karoline slay this dragon and come out on top? Hit that subscribe button, like this vid, and drop your wildest theories below. Stay messy, babes. Oh, and this ain't over. Next bombshell, we'll be back with the receipt, so don't you dare miss it.